Billions slaughtered in Star Wars: The Old Republic, Ghost in the Shell gets its own MMOFPS, another exploit emerges in ArcheAge, all that and more. I'm Zach Sharps, and this is Free to Play Weekly. WebZen, the developers for the sci-fi-ish MMORPG Sevencore, announced an expansion this week, but the even better news is fans will only have to wait mere days to play it. The first expansion for the free-to-play title launches on December 2nd and is dubbed the Occupation War for English servers. The expansion adds buffs to the battlefields such as Tilla and Crimson Plateau and a quest to gain a temporary mount for the battlefield. By participating in the battlefields, players can earn victory points used to purchase the gear that WebZen says is both PvP and PvE suited. Also, Guild vs Guild competition will take place every Saturday until the finals are completed. Once a guild becomes the occupying force of the area, it will enable them to collect taxes and adjust prices. I don't know about you guys though, this doesn't really seem like an expansion to me though, but more of an event or a content patch. And I guess you could call a content patch an expansion by definition, but usually when I think of an expansion, I think of a level cap raise, a lot of new areas, new dungeons, raids, PvP areas, etc. Not just a little bit of content that most MMOs would classify as an event. I might be missing something though. What do you guys think about Sevencore's expansion launching on December 2nd? Leave your comments down below. Those of you who are not All Access members with Sony Online Entertainment will be happy to know that Everquest 2's Altar of Malice is now officially launched for everyone. The 11th expansion is not free though, as the Standard Edition costs $39.99 and the Collector's Edition costs $89.99. If you choose to buy the expansion, you'll gain access to the game's level cap raised to 100, 15 new heroic zones, 6 new raid zones, 6 advanced solo zones, and more. I personally won't be checking out this expansion, but those of you who are rushing the cap, let us know your mini review down below. 57 million characters created, almost 2 billion players killed since launch, 104 hours of professionally voiced cinematics. Yeah, that is right, we're talking about BioWare's Star Wars: The Old Republic. This week they released a massive infographic hyping up their players for the release of the much anticipated Shadow of Revan expansion. In the infographic, besides the statistics already mentioned, are very intriguing numbers detailing that there's been over 4 billion NPCs killed, how there's apparently a little over 8.5 million people playing the Sith Inquisitor class like I am, and the least popular class in the game being the Smuggler at a little over 5.5 million created. And there's also a lot of other statistics there as well. Also noted was that SWTOR has over 1 million active players in game, which is really not that surprising of a number after seeing the Super Data report a few weeks back. I know a lot of you guys out there may not like Star Wars: The Old Republic's free-to-try, pay-to-enjoy model, and I certainly agree with you that it is a little bit misleading, alright, a lot misleading. However, I'm still a huge fan of the game, and I'm quite excited for this new expansion. Who knows, maybe I'll even see some of you guys in-game. Skyforge, the much-anticipated free-to-play MMORPG developed by the Allied team in collaboration with Obsidian Entertainment, got a new class reveal this week. The Berserker, a class that cannot imagine a day without a savage battle, takes chainsaw swords into battle and has attacks named Dissection, Crushing Blow, and Fracture. Also, if that was not telling enough, the Berserker's ultimate ability Gladiator coats him in flames and smashes everything around him. And if you're not around him, he can leap to your location and then carve you up. Sounds like a really awesome guy to be around, if you like violence and fire, that is. It seems like every week there's something new that gets exploited in ArcheAge, the free-to-play Sandpark MMORPG published by Tryon Worlds and developed by XL Games. However, this time around it's not about the servers getting shut down, game-breaking teleport hacks, or even land grab hacks, all of which probably aren't fixed yet though. This time it's about an Apex duplication exploit. Scott Hartzman, Tryon Worlds CEO, originally shot down the exploit, but now officially all Apex purchases are suspended until Tryon could work with XL Games on fixing the quote bug that can be exploited end quote. Some players are even chiming in saying the duplication bug also works with other items in the game, but regardless there currently is no estimated date for Apex sales to resume and the duplication bug to be fixed. Another disaster in the land of ArcheAge. Are you still playing ArcheAge? Leave your comment down below.
Ego out of my head.
Taking place just after the events of the Season 2 finale of Defiance, the TV series, Defiance's Aftermath update adds new events that span both Paradise and Silicon Valley. The free-to-play title also added 7 new missions, including 3 instance missions and new story maps introduced. For even more details about the lore, balancing tweaks, and more, check out the full dev blog on Defiance's official website. Are you a fan of the anime Ghost in the Shell? Well, the standalone complex anime had its rights secured by Nexon years back, and there were rumors that a game under its IP would emerge. At G-Star this past week, Nexon finally dropped new information announcing Ghost in the Shell Online, with a release window of sometime in 2015. From the trailer, it looks like players will be able to use camouflage, share skills between each other, and utilize power armor. Personally, not being a fan of Ghost in the Shell because very few animes catch my interest, I'm not excited for this game because of its IP, but rather the gameplay itself. With the announcement of a new Nexon game though, I want to go ahead and drop the question of the week. Last week we asked a question on whether or not you guys feel that companion apps are a good or bad trend for the market. A user by the name of MadDemon64 stated the following: "The question is very difficult to answer. Whether or not the trend is a good or bad thing depends solely on the quality of the apps and what in-app purchases are available. If the games are tedious and dull and the in-game purchases cost too much money for ridiculous items, then no, it's not a good trend. If the games are fun and the in-game purchases cost reasonable amounts of money for reasonable items, then it will be a good trend. Simply put, the creation of companion apps is neither a good trend nor a bad one in and of itself. It's the quality of the apps and their cash shops that will be the determining factors." Thanks for your response, Mad Demon, and if you want your comment possibly featured on the show, make sure to leave your comment down below. This week's question is, with Nexon in charge of Ghost in the Shell Online, do you think the cash shop in the game will be game-breaking or reasonable? Leave your thoughts and why down in the comment section below. To top off the show, I want to let you guys know that we have a ton of giveaways up on MMOBomb.com this week. On the website, we're currently giving away Blessed Harvest Packs for Villagers and Heroes, Altar of Malice Collector's Editions for Everquest 2 totaling $1,800, Alpha Keys for Prismata, and more. If you're a fan of free stuff, make sure to favorite our giveaways page and check it actively to always be in the loop. That is it for the news this week, guys. Make sure to leave your answers to the question of the week down below. But as for myself, I'm Zach Sharp signing off till next week's Free to Play Weekly. I'll catch you guys next time.